Hospital negligence in Buriram leads to patient's agonizing death, and the daughter demands accountability.
Sure.
Now, a case of medical negligence has been brought to light in Buriram province, with 39-year-old Kun Nunchida displaying her distress and lament against a local hospital. The hospital's alleged disregard for her mother's declining health led to a fatal end after the patient endured agonizing pain for over 40 hours. I've got a quote here from the daughter. Even when I insisted several times to shift her to Buriram Hospital Center, the doctors denied the request, stating that her condition was manageable. She stated, in a reference to her 58-year-old mother, Kun Ruang. On June 8th, Ruang had an incident while riding a motorcycle resulting in a fractured rib and a damaged liver. She was in constant pain, always mentioning, "My stomach hurts so much, let the doctor give me an injection." That's what her distraught daughter said. Interestingly, when Nunchida proposed the idea of transferring her mother to a larger hospital, the doctors dismissed the idea, arguing that the facility was adequately equipped to handle the case and suggesting that Buriram Hospital was already overwhelmed with patients. Overnight, the patient's condition severely deteriorated, leaving Nunchida with no choice but to bear the agonizing cries of her mother all through the night. She was continuously refused the desperately needed transfer. And during the evening of June 9, her condition was the same when I again asked the doctor to shift my mother. They seemed irritated and repeated that the doctors had already left and I will have to wait until morning, recalled by Nunchida. It was around 1:30 when very early on the morning of June 10 when Ruang suffered hypoxia and attempted to remove her oxygen mask. By the time the doctors arrived, despite their best efforts to resuscitate her, it was too late. The following heartbreak was slightly eased by the hospital's modest contribution toward the funeral expenses. However, the sympathy was shadowed by the revelation of their shortcomings. After the funeral, a doctor admitted to Nunchida that her facility lacked the adequate tools and expertise to handle her mother's case. This acknowledgement only ignited her anger, as the earlier assurances of her mother's case was being manageable now echoed hollowly. I'm confident that my mother's death was the result of the hospital's mismanagement. She kept saying that she had a severe stomach ache. I strongly suspect something abnormal happened inside her stomach, but the doctors didn't pay much heed, expressed a resentful Nunchida. I pity my mother. She suffered for over 40 hours and nobody could help her. She shouldn't have died this way. So it's very unfortunate, this story, obviously, and our condolences go out to Nunchida and her family.
Part of the story was the fact that the transfer was not advised because the other hospital was overrun, right? It was already too full.
That was the alleged the comment that it probably was. We're not sure. I guess an investigation will take place, but I don't know what reason it was. Maybe that the big hospital was overwhelmed. The fact that they claimed they could take care of someone. I mean, it's absolutely brutal when you find out that someone you care about, love, died because of negligence,
like crying in agony for help. Like, oh, it's a terrible story.
Yeah, you can't fake that. So I hope that something severe happens.
Some kind of justice.
Some type of justice, some type of like accountability as well.
Indeed.
Yeah.